Hello student, this is Sudeep sir, your education teacher. Today I will discussion class 12 chapter 1 learning, scope and presentation of learning, definition of learning, nature and characteristics of learning, and types of learning. Definition of learning. According to Gardner Murphy, 1968, the term learning covers every modification in behavior to meet environmental requirement. According to the psychologist Gates, 1946, learning is the modification of behavior through experience. Another psychologist said, Woodworth, any activity can be called for learning so far as it developed the individual and makes his later behavior and experience different from what they would otherwise have been. According to Kingsley and Gary, in 1957, learning is the process by which behavior change through practice or training. Next, nature and characteristics of learning. Learning is the change in behavior. Learning is a continuous, lifelong process. Learning is a universal process. Learning is purposive and goal directed. Learning involves reconstruction of experience. Learning is the product of activity and environment. Learning is transferable from one situation to another. Learning helps in proper growth and development of a child. Learning helps in proper adjustment. Learning helps in the realization of goals of life. Learning helps in attainment of teaching learning objectives. Next, types of learning. The different types of learning. The first one is motor learning. Most of our activities in our day-to-day life refer to motor activities. The individual has to learn them in order to maintain his regular life. For example, walking, running, skating, driving, climbing, etc. All these activities involve the muscular coordination. Next, number 2, verbal learning. The types of learning involves the language we speak, the communication device we use, signs, pictures, symbols, words, figures, sounds, etc. are the tools used in such activities. We use words for communication. Next, concept learning. It is the form of learning which requires higher order mental process like thinking, reasoning, intelligence, etc. We learn different concepts from childhood. For example, when we see a dog and attach the term dog, D-O-G, we learn that the word dog refers to a particular animal. Concept learning involves two processes, which abstraction and generalization. This learning is very useful in recognition, identifying things. Next, discrimination learning. Learning to differentiate between stimuli and showing an appropriate response to these stimuli. Please call discrimination learning. Example, sound horn of different vehicles like bus, car, ambulance, etc. Next, learning of principles. Individuals learn certain principles related to science, mathematics, grammar, etc. in order to manage their work effectively. This principle always show the relationship between two or more concepts. Example, formula, laws, association, correlation, etc. Next, problem solving. This is a higher order learning process. This learning requires the uses of cognitive abilities such as thinking, reasoning, observations, imagination, generalization, etc. This is very useful to overcome difficult problem encountered by the people. Next, attitude learning. Attitude is a predisposition which determines and directs our behavior. We develop different attitude from our childhood about the people, objects, and everything we know. Our behavior may be positive or negative depending upon our attitudes. Example, attitude of nurse towards her profession, patients, etc. Thank you for watching this video.